Yo, what's good, YouTube? What's good? What's up, man? So you having back in the building, man. Hood Santa, Mr. Fuck Your Hoe. And in today's video, I'm finna be talking about how do you get a chick who's out of your league? How do you do it? It's the question that we all ponder. We all want to know. I got y'all motherfuckers. So, how do you get a chick who's out of your league? Funny. A dude commented under my video a couple days ago. I forgot which video it was, but he commented, yo, Zay, we're all on the same level, bro. No girl is higher than you, bro. No girl is better than you, bro. You can get any girl you want, bro. We're all on the same playing field, bro. No, bro. You're fucking wrong, okay? You are absolutely fucking wrong. Listen, in the dating market, now, what he is correct about is, listen, from a human standpoint, yeah, we're all the same. Nobody's better than anybody because we're all humans. You know, we all shit, eat, sleep, get angry, get sad, get mad, get horny, get scared, you know what I mean? We're all fucking human. No human is better than another human. I agree with that. But in the sexual marketplace, there is definitely a hierarchy. Okay, buddy? So stop fucking being delusional. There is for sure a hierarchy. You got average males, below average males, above average males. Same thing with women. Okay? So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We're all on the same playing field. You can get any girl. No, you absolutely fucking cannot. Why do you think so many guys struggle getting girls? Because they can't get them. So stop with the bullshit, okay? You sound like one of these chicks, one of these delusional ass bitches trying to hype themselves up into thinking that they can get any nigga that they want. No, you cannot. There is levels to this shit. You know how they say in boxing, there's levels to this shit? It's the same thing in the dating market. It is levels to it. And some people just don't qualify for other people. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So stop fucking being delusional, right? You need to tap into your masculinity and understand that there's levels to this shit. And if you want a certain caliber of woman, you got to level up. But anyway, I digress. So how do you get a chick who's out of your league? And let me just say this. This isn't going to be easy. This isn't some quick tip. This isn't like some clickbait shit where I like give some one-liner. No, nigga, this shit is going to be extremely hard, okay? It's already hard enough trying to get girls, like the average woman. So, like trying to get a chick who's above you in the sexual marketplace, trying to get a chick who is out of your league, it is going to be extremely tough. But I'm going to tell you how you do it. A couple things you guys have to realize. There are guys who for sure get girls out of their league. And when I say out of their league, I'm talking about in terms of looks. So if a woman, let's just say, for example, the woman that we're talking about is an 8 out of 10. And the guy who's trying to get her is a 6 out of 10, right? Now, again, like I said in my other video, that 8 out of 10 girl is getting hit up by guys 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. She's getting hit up from all different types of guys. So it is going to be extremely difficult for the 6 out of 10 to get the 8 out of 10 woman. It's going to be extremely hard. Now, it's possible, you know, some dudes, they're able to get an 8 out of 10 girl when they're a 6 or a 5 because they have money. But the thing is, that relationship is not worth being in. The only reason she's even in the picture is because he's paying for everything. And I don't have a problem providing for a woman. I think that's what you should do as a man. But when I say pay for everything, I mean pay for everything. The niggas not only paying all the bills, he's giving her money to go shop. He's buying her expensive items, Birkin bags, fucking designer clothes, paying for her hair, her nails. Maybe I bought her a car. That's the only like one of the only situations where I've seen an ugly, like, or a dude who wasn't that attractive pull an attractive woman. He has to pay for everything. I mean, he's damn near giving her an allowance. He's paying her to be there. So that would be an example of a guy who's dating a woman outside of his league, but that situation is not worth being in. You don't want to be in that situation. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how do you get a chick out your league, but how do you do it in the good way? You know what I'm saying? That's the bad way. Getting the chick by like paying for it, you know what I'm saying? Like not just providing, but I mean like giving her money to buy like dumb shit. That's not worth being, that's not worth it, bro. Fuck that shit. So Or another one. Here is the other example where it's not worth being in. You'll have an 8 out of 10 woman, bad as hell. A dude who's like a 6 or a 5. Like, how many times have you seen badass chicks and you see the boyfriend and he's like a nerd? He's like a loser. It's like, what the fuck? Like, it's not a Chad or a Tyrone. It's not a 6'4". Like, it's none of that. It's some regular ass dude. He just looks regular. It's either one or two things. The situation that I described earlier, him paying for everything, just straight giving her money, or he's a simp. This might even be worse. I don't know. I don't even know which one is worse, but this situation might even be worse. In this situation, the dude is basically being run by his chick. She wears the pants in the relationship, right? He does whatever the fuck she tells him. She bitches him. She bosses him around. She makes him do whatever the fuck she wants him to do. Like that, you definitely don't want to be in that situation. So that's another example of a guy who's getting a chick outside of his league. You know, on paper it sounds good, but the relationship is not worth being in because she's bitching him. She runs the relationship. She wears the pants. You don't ever want to be in a relationship with a woman where she wears the pants. Ever. So, yeah. Those are the two situations where I've seen dudes punch outside of their weight class, aka getting a girl outside of their league. Either they're supporting them financially, but not just that. I mean, going above and beyond and just straight giving them money for anything, buying them expensive items and shit. And then also being a bitch and she runs the relationship. And the other thing about her running the relationship, you know what's going to happen, right? He's going to be a good boy and she's going to do whatever the fuck she wants. You're going to be the dumbass at home, right? And she's going to still go out, still be on her Instagram, replying to guys, being flued out, getting fucked, dealing with the Chad and Tyrone, but then coming back to your dumbass. So both of those situations are fucked. So where does that leave us? Honestly, the only realistic way you are going to get a chick who's out of your league, you have to have game. I honestly don't see, if you're a 5, you're never going to get like an 8 and above. Like, that's just never going to happen. Unless you do some wild shit, like you're a bitch and you let your girl run a relationship, or you just straight paying her to be there. Besides those two situations, it's not going to happen. You're a 5 and you're going to get an 8. It's not going to happen. So, realistically speaking, if you're a 6, if you're like a 6 in terms of looks, realistically, I think you can get like a 7. Or, no, I take that back. Let's say a guy is a 5. He's just an average looking dude, a 5. He can get a 6, maybe a 7. I wouldn't even say 7. A 6 is more realistic. So let's say you got a guy who's a 5 and he wants to get a girlfriend who's a 6, maybe 7, maybe. That's a huge maybe, right? Here's what he has to do. He has to be on point in every single facet. He needs to be in the gym. He needs to have his money on point. He needs to be masculine. He needs to be dominant. He needs to understand his role as a man. He has to be charming, funny, witty. He has to be a leader amongst men. He has to have every single facet of his life on point. But he's a 5. But he's a good guy. He's an all-around guy. I truly believe you'll be able to get a 6, maybe a 7, if you're like that. But when I say that he'll be able to get her, he'll be able to get her in a relationship where he still maintains frame. It's not good enough just to be in a relationship with a woman, because if she's running it, it's not worth being in. That's fucking pointless. The only relationship that is worth being in is if you are in the power dynamic. You have the leverage. You're the man. She understands her role as a woman. So if you're a 5 and you want to get like a 6, maybe a 7, which probably won't happen, but okay, maybe a 7. You're a 5, you want to get a 6 or a 7 girl. You have to be on point every single aspect of your life. You got to be on point at all times in the relationship. And also, it comes down to timing. This is probably the most important thing. If you're a 5 and you are approaching a 6 or a 7, or even high, anything above you, you got to understand, it's not going to be easy, because women are approached by hundreds of guys, hundreds of fucking dudes, right? So just think about it. If you're a woman, if I'm getting approached by dudes who are average, below average, above average, if guys who are approaching me, hey, excuse me, how you doing? What's your name? Yeah, can I get your number? Why would I give my number to an average dude if I'm getting approached by dudes who are above average, right? You have to do things that above average guys aren't doing. And this is what it's really about. If you want a chick who is above you or out of your league, so she's a 6, she's a 7, she's an 8, you have to be prepared to do things that the high value guys aren't doing. It's just the fact. I know it's fucked up. I know it's sad. I know, like, as men, we feel like, damn, a nigga fuck for free and I'm out here, you know, doing all this shit for her. I know. But this is just, you will have to do this. That's just how it is. Hey, sorry, not sorry. That's life. So let's say you're a 5, you're trying to get this 7, right? You're a 5 out of 10, you're trying to get this girl who's a 7 out of 10. You have to understand, she's fucked 8, 9 out of 10 guys. A guy who's like an 8 or 9 out of 10, right? She's fucked him on the first lane. He didn't have to do shit. He didn't have to do any of this other bullshit that you got to do. It is what it is. That's just life. That's how it is. That's how it goes. So as long as you understand that, you have to be prepared to do things that those guys didn't do. You will not be able to get away with things that they were able to get away with. So if the 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 guys, they were able to just fuck her on the first link. You can't do that because you're a 5 out of 10. What you have to do, you have to be strategic. Where you meet her matters. Like, and a lot of times, you won't be able to get away with just, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Yeah, you look good. Okay, can I take you out sometime? 9 times out of 10, that's not going to work. You got to be at the perfect place at the right time. You got to, like, maybe y'all have a class together. How many times have you met, like just think about it. How many girls have you cold approached and, like, just on the street and you've gotten dubbed? But then when you met a girl, like, in the perfect scenario, maybe you met her in class or maybe at work where you guys had time to get to know each other. Then you got her, because that's how most guys get girls. You gotta go through the hoops. You gotta play the long game. Some guys don't have to play the long game, but if you're trying to get a girl outside of your league, you gotta play the long game. The situation has to be perfect. Oh, we met in class and then she dropped her pencil and then I picked it up and then we just started talking, and you know what I'm saying? It has to be like a movie. It has to be like a fairy tale. That's the only situation where you're going to get her and she's not going to, like, disrespect you or treat you like shit, and she's actually going to respect you. That's the only type of situation that is going to come from that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it boils down to. And I know it sucks. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I told y'all, it's going to be extremely tough. Because just think about it. If a woman is a 7 out of 10, she's getting hit up by 8, 9, 10 out of 10 guys. What separates you from those guys? Why is she going to fuck with you opposed to those guys? You have to do things that those guys aren't doing. And the truth of the matter is, you got to make it like a fairy tale. You got to play the long game. You got to, like, meet her at the right time, at the right place, get to know her, maybe be friends first. I'm telling you, every single relationship that I've seen, even with my own family, my sister and her boy, like, every single relationship that I've seen, that's respectable, that's actually worth being in. The guy that got her, like, when the woman is the looks of the relationship, like, every single time, the dude had to play the long game. The dude had to like, be friends with her first. They known each other for a while. Maybe they were childhood. They knew each other since, way back then. You got to do all this extra shit. And I know it's like, yo, why the fuck I got to do all this shit? But that's the only way you're going to get a chick who's outside of your league. That's the only way. You got to do all this extra shit. Because the top tier guys, they don't have to do that shit. They can just get her. What's up? Yeah, baby. What's good? Let me get your number. All right, bet. Come over. Pipe out the first night. So that's how you get a girl who's outside of your league. That's what it takes. And again, that's life, bro. Like I said, it's life. Some guys can get the shit quickly. Other guys got to play the long game. It is what it is. But if that shit makes you mad, then you know what you got to do. You gotta improve. You gotta look max. You gotta get more money. And then that way, you don't have to go through the fucking hoops. You don't have to play the long game. You don't have to make the shit like a movie scene, the perfect scenario. You can just, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Okay, yeah, I think you're beautiful. Like, we should go out sometime. Straightforward. See, the more success you have, the more money you make, the more the more you look smacks, the less bullshit you gotta do to get the chick. But if you're an average looking dude and you want a chick who looks good, that's what you gotta do, bro. You gotta go, you gotta do all the extra shit. Okay? So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, man. Yeah, I honestly think this was a really good video, bro. I really broke this shit down like a goddamn scientist. But hey, man, hopefully y'all learn some gems from this shit. And hopefully y'all can pull some baddies, you know what I'm saying? Peace.